Kinds of Pod.
From Atlanta,
where we love the new Tribe Called Quest album.
it's the 9 Billion Names of Pod with Dan Bauman and Michael Reed. I'm Dan Bauman.
I'm loving the new Tribe Called Quest album.
So let's talk about some stuff.
Does this mean I have to stop listening to the new Tribe Called Quest album?
No.
Well, we've watched a few more trailers, so I guess we can go ahead and play part 2. Because we all know what Bradley Cooper's been up to.
Oh, yeah.
He's been yelling at cats.
Yeah,
He's yelling at cats.
yeah, that's not Bradley Cooper.
Okay.
That's a...
Is that too inside baseball?
Well, Nick's actually been on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
That's the couple of times.
Yeah. Trust me, I've talked to people like, so what'd you think of the episode? Haven't listened to it. They're on the... They won't listen to it.
No.
It's like, well, I was there. Why would I need to listen to it?
Yeah, if you just look at the viral video. What is it? Cat Vengeance? Is that what it's?
Meow Vengeance.
Meow Vengeance.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's a viral video that a friend of ours inadvertently made. Nick, who was on who's on our a couple of our Doctor Who roundtables.
Does Right Club, Hatter and Hair. 34 seconds.
Yeah,
34 seconds doing. When I saw that, I went, "That's clever, good deal." And apparently, everyone loved it.
Yeah.
Well, good for Nick and good for Italics, which is the name of the cat. Needs a little what for. Anyway, Loving v. Virginia, the film Loving. Yeah, Oscar.
Yep.
Nick Kroll is the lawyer. What
a turn that is.
Now I've always said comedians can do drama very, very well.
Yeah.
Although Nick Kroll, I mean, have you seen Kroll show? It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's been in a zillion things.
I mean, I would watch Kroll show over again just for Jenny Slate.
Yeah,
who is basically the most gorgeous woman on the planet.
Really?
Oh, I love Jenny Slate.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh. As among 10,000 other women that I think they're the most gorgeous on the planet. But yeah, love me Jenny Slate. I will literally see
I think she's brilliant, yeah.
Anything she does, and she's like beyond hot. Mm-hmm. And but seeing him in Kroll show, and then of course what was it, the League. Yeah. He was in the League.
He's on Parks and Rec every now and again.
And now he shows up as a lawyer in a very serious, not comedy film.
Yeah, we put the trailer on and I went, is that Nick Kroll?
Yeah.
You just started laughing.
So it could, it could be fine. I think this is his first foray into drama that I'm aware of.
Yeah, me too.
So hopefully he'll be, Robin Williams-ish, and it could go back from comedy to drama and be totally fine with it. Yeah. So we'll see. What else? A
movie that's not going to be getting any Oscars.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah. This was this you started laughing. You presented to me and with a smile on your face, and then I started laughing about halfway through because I know what you're doing. Was a movie called Siren.
Oh,
and mainly because there is, I don't know what the ties are, but an acquaintance of ours is in the movie.
An acquaintance?
Oh, yeah, Justin Wellborn.
Yeah,
Justin Wellborn. I've met him a couple of times. He doesn't
local Atlanta actor now based out of Los Angeles.
Yep.
But yes, Justin acquaintance, but we're back to Nick again because it's based off of a segment of the horror anthology called VHS.
Oh, I didn't realize.
This is a spin-off of one of the segments on VHS.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That I wasn't aware of. I started laughing because I saw Wellborn.
Something that Nicholas Stokowski and David Bruckner did way back in the day.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. You can watch it.
It is on Netflix.
Yep.
So
I know a couple of people that are in that.
Yeah,
Joe Sykes and
everybody. It's an
Atlanta thing.
It's all Atlanta, and Speaking of Atlanta, hey, I wonder if there's been any mega blockbuster potential films filmed in Atlanta lately.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Actually, there are lots.
Oh, is there? Oh, okay.
Well, the one we talked about last week, Guardians, was filmed here.
Guardians
of the Galaxy.
You love her. Do me next. Tell everyone my deepest, darkest. I'm like, I just love that.
So much fun.
Oh,
but on the same tip, Spider-Man, the trailer for Homecoming finally came out, and the shot right in the middle of the Vulture, who that is. Vulture
played by
Michael Keaton.
He's his avian tendencies are starting to come through. Or his flying, he's been Batman and Birdman, and now he's Vulture.
Now
it's
he's
like,
the Vulture, yeah.
It's a thing.
And the shot of him crashing through the ceiling of that really strange-looking building, that is the Marriott Marquis.
Really?
In Atlanta, that hosts Dragon Con every
I wonder
year.
how long ago it was filmed. Did he crash down onto the greatest carpet on the planet? Or that horrible crap carpet that's there now?
I believe it's the crap carpet. I think the iconic Marriott carpeting is gone. Gone by then.
I have a kind of a love-hate with Dragon Con, but no one can deny the majesty of that damn carpet.
If you don't know what it is, look up Marriott Marquis Atlanta carpeting.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need.
That's all you need to do. It's this insane pattern that was there for years and years and years. And
it looks like it's something that came out of like the 60s and probably was.
And it
maybe 70s at the latest.
Became iconic part of Dragon Con.
Right.
And when it was announced that they were going to get rid of it and change it out, the con people went nuts and started like stealing pieces of it and copying, taking photos and making their own costume pieces.
Someone actually created fabric.
Yeah, lots of people did actually, and they made dresses out of it. And they made there were guys that were crawling around in like carpet camo, as soldiers and little green men and all that.
Yeah,
and. So I don't believe that was filmed. I mean, I think it was only filmed last year. So I think the carpet was gone.
That's after. Oh yeah, that's.
But I have a feeling, knowing how film works, that part of the building and wherever he lands are going to be two totally different locations. They won't have filmed that in the Marriott.
Well,
it'll be some crazy office building.
They will have filmed it in the Marriott. It's just that all the
it won't take place in the Marriott.
All the destruction and stuff will be all CGI.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm saying looking up, it'll be the Marriott, and wherever they're looking up from will be some totally different building. It won't
possibly
be, it'll be some Avengers Tower or something. It won't be, but a lot of Tony Stark in that trailer.
Yeah. I had no idea that Spider-Man coming back in Captain America signaled that Spider-Man was back under the Marvel.
It's a co-pro. They, Marvel leaned heavy. I think what it was they or was that Fox? I can't remember.
Well, Fox had it, or is it Sony?
No, Sony had it. That's what it was. And I forget.
Well, I think they probably said, "Listen, this is Marvel talking here. You've rebooted this shit twice now? 3 times?
Yeah.
Twice. People are gonna listen. You're gonna make a lot more money if we can integrate our guys in there, and we're gonna cut you in on some profit because you have the agreement."
Yeah, I forget what the deal was. They flipped some characters back and forth.
Right. I think Sony gets something out of it.
Sony does. Sony gets a bunch of stuff, but it'll be the Spider-Man. It's going to be a co-pro. It'll be Sony and Marvel.
Good.
Because that's Marvel's crown jewel. Believe it. I mean, that he is the biggest hero that they have, and
Is he really?
Yeah, believe it or not, he's the best selling that they've ever had. And
I'm trying to think, because all the other kind of biggies up there, they're all DC. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman.
I mean,
Aquaman.
Marvel is no slouch, but I mean, Spider-Man outsold everybody, and he's always been the one thing they were.
Well, Dan, we all know he can do whatever Spider can.
Yeah. Spins a web any size.
So apparently he can put you in a cocoon and then fang you and drain you of your vital juices.
He doesn't.
He doesn't do that?
Do that, no.
All right, just to be on the safe side, the cute girl in the film better just see where his fang goes. And just watch out there.
Ew. Yeah.
Gross.
The trailer looks really good.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine had a really interesting theory.
Yes.
There's an actress named Zendaya in there, and there was a scene where they were like staring at the cute girl that you were mentioning, and another girl says,
You're
"It's
gross.
too late. You are creepy." She's a bigger name, and my buddy was like, she should end up being the next Spider-Man. She should be Miles Morales. And I was like, that would be great, having an African-American girl take over Spider-Man.
No, we can't have that because There's rules for fictional. Oh, that's right. There's no rules for
no
fictional characters. Fuckers.
And I think, from what I understand, I think Donald Glover has a cameo in it because of that
Sweet.
whole fervor over that started exactly what you were talking about. Him having, oh, Spider-Man can't be a black guy. It damn well can be.
It can be. I'm not going to be happy until one superhero is a black lesbian immigrant female with a handicap, but is also a superhero. Once we get that, then my liberal tendencies will just kind of die down. Like, all right, we're there.
Oh, that's fine.
All right. We've got to the place where it's all cool now. All right. Yeah.
But he's a straight male. That's not
What?
acceptable.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. American white straight males are the fucking worst on the planet.
Sorry.
Ever. Yeah, sorry.
Go to a smaller looking film.
Star Wars Rogue One.
No, we'll cap it off with that.
Will we?
Yeah, because it had its premiere last night, and buzz is good. A documentary coming out, which looks fantastic, about
Mifune!
Toshiro Mifune, who is a staple in the Akira Kurosawa films.
Oh, Kurosawa.
Which I am sadly lax in my knowledge of.
And I'm sadly lax in that it's been a while since I've watched them.
Right.
I've bought all the Criterion DVDs for a good number of the Kurosawa films, because if there's any director that deserves Criterion attention, holy shit, it's Akira Kurosawa.
I might borrow those from you
Hell
on a
yeah,
weekend
you will.
when Courtney's out of town, and I'll just sit and binge through
Seven Samurai, Rashomon, Ron. Those just, oh my gosh. And because you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to watch that and go, oh,
that's where they stole that from.
it's the Hidden Fortress, and that's
R2-D2's there.
and there's that, and there's a reason why Darth and Obi-Wan are all samurai and swording each other, because
George, what can we say? George borrowed liberally from sources. Like, if you ever listen to Gustav Holst's The Planets suite, John Williams stole a lot of shit out of that for the Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, it is very, at least tonally, it is very similar, because that's what George said he wanted. He's like, I want something like that, and God damn it if he didn't deliver.
We get the swashbuckling of the Robin Hood Errol Flynn, even the swing across the chasm on the Death Star. We get the samurai fighting with the swords. We get the World War II dog fighting with the TIE fighters and the X-Wings.
But that's what great art is. I mean, it's an amalgamation of influence.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not saying that
George lifted
for something to be good, it has to be wholly brand new, never ever seen before.
And
that can be exciting.
Yeah,
that
can
be exciting.
Very difficult.
It's like, well, we've only been doing storytelling for 5,000-6,000 years.
Yeah, no artist lives in a vacuum.
When the Earth was created,
5,000-6,000
years ago. Right, exactly.
No artist is created in a vacuum. They are, every one of us are an amalgam of our influence,
right?
So it's impossible to get away from things.
And it's tough, because sometimes I'll be writing, I'll sit back and go, that's pretty fucking sweet. Hold it.
Yeah,
that turn of phrase is really clever. I'm a little too happy with myself. Let me plug that phrase into Google. Oh, God damn it, it's from that film.
Yeah.
And now I understand how George Harrison could inadvertently rip off an old Phil Spector composition.
Oh yeah, and music. It's
for My Sweet Lord, and like, you didn't even realize it's in the ether. It's in you, and you just can't. Your brain doesn't identify the source.
Right. Well, there's a great story about Paul McCartney, who, when he wrote Yesterday, like, he dreamed it. And he wrote it out, and they said for I don't know what period of time, weeks or something, he kept playing it for people, going, "Who wrote this? I don't know where I heard this. Who wrote it?" And he said finally it just came down to the point where it was him. Like, he actually wrote it.
What, he didn't put it into Google to check?
Well, not in 1962 or whatever, 64. Yesterday was 67?
66.
I'm not as good on the Beatles.
Yeah.
But
anyway, yeah.
But yeah, it was so perfectly and finished and put together in his head that he thought somebody else wrote it. He thought he stole it.
Yeah. And sometimes that, you sit back and go, wow, I was really clever with that. And you go, hold it.
And with music, it's even easier to do that because the building blocks, I mean, there are only so many chord progressions that there are. There are only so many structures that you can hang things on and change,
But then Express Yourself becomes Born This Way.
Well,
and you
yeah.
go,
Well, Louie Louie is Hang On Sloopy, which is, I mean, it's there are so many, Twist and Shout,
right.
It's just there are more rules to it, and there's less permutations, even though there are millions upon millions.
Right, exactly. Yeah, well, there was some letter in Rolling Stone, I guess in the 70s, like, we're about to run out of music. Everything that's ever been done has been done already. And I went, wow, I'm glad that guy turned out to be wrong.
Yeah.
But then again, if I had been, reading Rolling Stone in the 70s, I would have gone, no, of course not.
No.
Because everybody has experienced things differently.
Right.
And new technology. Rap was just around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
That's a brand new form that,
no one saw coming.
I think the only two forms of music that has been wholly created in America is jazz and rap.
Yeah.
What do they have in common? White motherfuckers had nothing to do with at least its creation. Oh, they hopped on the bandwagon and
Sure did.
and pimped that for as much as they could get out of it, but they had nothing to do with the creation of it. So, score one again for stupid American white men.
And another movie trailer that we watched, which looks pretty good, was Disney has been on this kick of the last couple of years of like, we're going to make money on these movies all over again. And they're redoing
live version
of our animated movies.
Okay.
So they're doing Beauty and the Beast. Now, we saw the Cinderella that they did. They did live action Cinderella.
Yeah.
Kenneth Branagh directed.
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett was the wicked stepmother. I thought it was fantastic.
And this went to the theater?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Helena Bonham Carter was the good witch of all things. Of the good
Wow.
fairy.
Acting against type.
Totally.
Did they make her blonde?
Yeah. Yeah. And she looks weird as a blonde.
Because we all know that you can't be good
And be a brunette.
and be a brunette. It's just sorry. If you have dark hair, you're evil, or you're yeah.
But it was really good. It was really well done. They added a little bit of story, like at you felt sympathy for the wicked stepmother. You understood why she was just so terrible and mean and everything. And it's the straight up Disney version of the story,
right?
But it was really well done. And Disney has been trying. I haven't seen The Jungle Book yet. It's on Netflix. It just finally popped up on Netflix.
That apparently did fairly well.
Oh yeah, it did great, and it looks good. I want to see. I think I've said it before on the show that I was like, this doesn't look like it's for kids at all. It looks terrifying. Giant fucking King Louis.
Yeah, the kids version is they're Walt Disney is basically holding your hand through the first, let's just go ahead and say 15 years of your life. You've got your animated version for when you're a kid.
Yeah.
And when you're a post-pubescent or teenager or whatever, you've got your live action one.
Yeah.
And then, of course, as soon as you get to that, then let us introduce you over here to Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah.
Disney's, there's a through line they're trying to achieve, and they're achieving it.
They're achieving it. And Beauty and the Beast, it looks good. It looks just like the cartoon. They did a really smart thing. The first trailer that they released was shot for shot from the first animated trailer that they released. It was very, very cool.
I remember being at Comic-Con in San Diego, and this was, I'm guessing, the year before Beauty and the Beast, the animated, came out.
That was 90 or 91 that came out.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it was around there, yeah.
But they showed us the animated pencil sketches.
Yeah.
And with some of the preliminary voice work that's been done on the film. And I remember going, okay. Now, this one, the first thing I looked for, and it was not there, was Angela Lansbury reprising her role.
She very well could have, and
yeah. I mean, she's almost, what is she, 900 by now? She's like immortal.
Yeah. They got him.
Hold it. Forget I said that. 2016. Don't disregard.
Shut up. You
Stop.
didn't hear that. You knew.
Nope.
It's Emma Thompson instead as Mrs. Potts.
Oh.
So there you go. That's what.
Well, I love her too.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So they updated it.
Okay, redeemed.
Yeah, it's Emma Thompson as Mrs. Potts. It is Ewan McGregor as Lumiere, as the candelabra, and it is
really.
Yep. And it is Sir Ian McKellen as the clock, as Cogsworth.
Yeah, okay.
So it's pretty good. It's
Ewan McGregor. Does he try to affect a French accent?
Absolutely, yeah.
Maybe I missed that. There was only a
well,
couple
you didn't
of
know
lines.
it was him. Yeah, he only had like one or two lines.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay, it didn't stand out as like, oh, that's a horrible French accent. So, all right, maybe.
Right, and Emma Watson.
I'm always very leery of these things after what's his name convinced. What's his other name that he could sing in Les Miserables?
Yeah. What is his name? The guy who did
Russell Crowe.
Oh, Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Oh, yeah. Well, doing an accent is different than singing. I mean, it was...
Well, in Russell Crowe's defense, he turned the role down several times, but the director was so insistent that he finally went, okay.
Right.
And turns out Russell was right the whole time. He cannot sing.
And in the original movie, it was Jerry Orbach who was Lumiere. It was not a French person at all.
Right. But you know Jerry Orbach's pedigree.
Well, yeah,
he comes from the New York stage.
Absolutely, he was Billy Flynn. He was
the original Billy Flynn
in Chicago. Yeah,
that's right. And the Fantastics and
but he ain't French, is what I'm saying.
No, definitely not.
And
well, you know how it is with white American males. Once again, this is a theme. We always have this. The
Maurice Chevalier.
Everybody talks exactly. It's like
that's exactly what.
Just put a baguette over our shoulder and a beret on our head and a
ride a bicycle and a cigarette, and you're doing a French accent.
This is fun.
And it's Emma Watson as Belle, and I think she's a good choice.
Yeah, I didn't. At first, I went, that kind of looks like that girl from, full disclosure, I've seen the Harry Potter films exactly once each and have not read any of the books, which I know just...
You just killed a lot of nerds, right?
Yeah,
there.
People just like, what? It just, it's enjoyable. It's just not a way of life.
Because you didn't read the books. The books are so much deeper, but it's fine. It's fine. But she's a really good actor, and she's good for the role. And I don't think it's too much of a musical. I think they scale back the tunes in these live action.
Did they do that with the Jungle Book?
From what I understand, I think there's only 2 songs in it. I think Bare Necessities and I Want to Be Like You are the only 2 songs in it. Right. From what I gather, I still, like I said, I haven't seen it yet.
Wow, racially insensitive, anybody? Oh, gee, I wonder if they're going to do a live action song of this. Nope. Well, it was partially live action to begin with.
Right, and it doesn't exist anymore.
No. What film? Yeah. We have no record of this ever being made.
It's in a very large warehouse with the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah, and the Ark of the Covenant.
And the Ark of the Covenant, yeah.
But I've got this laser disc from Japan. Nope, sorry. Song of the South never came out.
Never heard of it. No, I'm not quite sure of it.
I do have it on unofficial DVD, and I think I watched it maybe 10 years ago, and it's a little cringeworthy in places, but it's a fun little.
It is what it is.
It is a thing of its time. It's not like going. I go back and watch some of those old Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney films where they save the farm or the theater or whatever, and one of the numbers
is a minstrel
they put on blackface.
Yeah,
and I just go But you know what? I support that it stays in.
Yes.
Don't quote unquote whitewash it. Don't edit it out. Don't digitize so they're not, No. This happened. This is a thing that happened.
Yeah, they got to live with that.
Exactly. So it's, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
White people sucking. Sucking for years.
Yeah, so we are at this recording 5 days from Rogue One. We're close.
Yeah.
Depending.
Well, you're 4 days. I'm 5 days.
Yeah, I'm sneaking in on
some
Thursday.
motherfucker got an early ticket, and since I'm doing a show, I can't go.
Yeah, I just happened to have a hookup, so I'm catching it Thursday night. The reviews are good. Kevin Smith said it's Empire Strikes Back good. So,
oh really?
Yeah, he was raving.
Well, you know, they're free from all the episodic tropes that they have to adhere to,
right?
So they can just blow it up and do, you know, whatever they do. Now, have you heard? I just got this information, I think yesterday, that apparently there's a prologue to Rogue One that takes place 4 years after Revenge of the Sith. So we're not jumping in right before
in the film, you mean?
Yeah,
really.
There's a prologue, so there's some kind of something that's takes place, and then you go into the events that lead up to the beginning of A New Hope. So what could that be?
Don't know.
What that prologue has in it will be very. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, my hypothesis is that it'll be very telling for what they're going to do in that pre A New Hope, post Sith time period.
Yeah, they have to have you follow up because it's a good amount of time.
Right,
it's
there's a good chunk
25,
of time.
30 years, something like that.
But when you think about it, at the end of Revenge of the Sith, nascent Darth Vader is hanging out with Palpatine going, hey, look at that Death Star being built.
Yep.
And it's just coming online at the beginning of A New Hope. That's a
long time.
That's a 15-year, and then of course they must have learned a whole lot, because after it gets blowed up in A New Hope, hey, look, it's almost back in
pretty quick
in Jedi Return of the Jedi. So
armed and fully operational battle station.
That thing's operational. Get me a Colt 45.
It's a trap, from what I hear.
I think it might have been.
One already cool thing that we've seen, and this will not spoil anything for you.
God, I'm sorry. He's from Calamari.
Moncal. Oh yeah, George had some really bad, terrible names.
Just
the fish people.
and that's not even something that is in the film. It's in the.
It's
an ancillary material.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, I went, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah, Admiral Akbar is a Mon Calamari from from the planet.
I mean,
Mon
it's almost like, there's a General Bessie, and it's like I come from steak tartare planet. Like, George, do you even give any thought to these names at all?
Phoning it in,
you just
George.
rip off Ingmar Bergman shit in Kurosawa and Grievous. Sure,
yeah,
he'll be Darth, really bad guy. Yeah. Just Anyway,
one really cool Easter egg that's already been spotted. We watch the animated show Star Wars Rebels, which takes place pre New Hope as well, and they have it is Disney, so it is canon. It is definite canon, and since Disney bought Clone Wars, the Cartoon Network series, also canon.
Oh, really?
So they have tied into each other, and the ship from, or at least the same type of ship that is in Rebels, is in Rogue One. We have seen it. There is a frame that somebody showed. So it's like, are they going to reference? They're not going to have the characters in it, but will they reference Rebels? So we're trying to speed through. Geez, I think we're in season 2 right now. We're almost to the end of it, and we are looking forward to because it's leading up to something, and they've already had they had Billy D. Williams come on as Lando Calrissian in season 1. They had a voice match come in as Princess Leia, who's leading the rebellion.
Yeah, I gotta say, you cannot bring in Carrie Fisher.
She doesn't sound like Princess Leia anymore, even in Force Awakens.
Sounds like, Carrie Fisher now sounds like she's been, gargling battery acid, more likely alcohol.
She kind of was.
And smoking 400 packs a minute. Now she talks. Now she has that Kathleen Turner voice. Yeah, she does.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
A little bit. So, and hey, we found out that Harrison and Fisher big old affair. Humpity hump across the galaxy.
Has he said anything about? Has he?
No, I've not heard
He's been
anything.
real quietly.
He's been quiet. I don't think he's married to the same. Well, no, of course he's not. He's married to Calista Flockhart.
Yeah.
Now.
So, that marriage is long.
So if anything, it's more embarrassing. Like, yeah, she was 19. I was 33, 34. Yeah. And, hey, way to go, Harrison,
Way to go, Carrie.
Carrie Fisher was very attractive. And
she was, I don't want to say Hollywood royalty, but she
is Hollywood royalty.
Yeah. She is a progeny of two very famous actors.
So very.
He was just some dumb carpenter from California.
Exactly. He drove around in an old '50s car, and Lucas said, "Hey, you want to be this guy? Yeah, whatever.
Hey, read these with these guys while you build my door frame."
Exactly. Well, it's like Tom Green. It's like and now he's married to Drew Barrymore, Hollywood royalty.
Yeah.
Now, in her output, I wouldn't quite say royal worthy.
No,
but she's done some good.
She's done some good films. Yeah, she has done.
She's
some
done
good
a few
films.
good things post E.T.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Anyway, Rogue One. Gonna see it. Yeah, we'll see. Whatever. It could be interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Little sidebar.
Uh-huh.
Going into the world of television. Have you been keeping up with American Horror Story?
Not even a little bit.
Have you watched any of it at all?
I watched a little bit of the first season, but that's about it. It's funny. Tim Akers, who supplied the opening to this podcast, his daughter Ava was on the last season on the hotel for a little while.
Yeah.
Yep. She was one of the kids or something. One of the kids running around with I don't know.
With Lady Gaga's vampire chick.
I guess. I don't know.
I'd say Hotel is probably one of my favorites.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Because each, for those who aren't up on American Horror Story, each season is its own unique story that apparently takes place in the same universe.
Yeah, I hear it all is all going to tie in together at some point.
They've tied a number of characters across seasons, but each one is its own unique thing.
Yeah.
This last one, though,
I thought Hotel was the last one.
No, My Roanoke Nightmare.
Oh, okay. What the hell was that?
Yeah. About episode 4, if you were to look down, you would notice a shark below you as you sailed over the remaining episodes.
I got you. Yeah.
In your leather jacket.
Yeah,
because
that bad, huh?
That shit jumped the fucking shark. I'm not going to give anything away, but it's like a show within a show within a show within a show. It's like the ending of Lord of the Rings. Oh, it's over. Nope, not over. Oh, it's over. Nope, not over.
Yeah.
And you're like, Peter Jackson, I got to go to the bathroom. Can you just end this fucking thing? Because I know the credits are going to be 9 hours unto themselves.
They have to be, yeah.
With all that digital work that has been done.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I were to make a recommendation on where to start at the beginning, definitely.
I've heard the first couple are good. I heard the Freak Show one is good.
Yeah. I mean, there's really none that have been like totally weak, except My Roanoke Nightmare. I see what they were trying to do. It just came off as incongruent with previous episodes in the style of storytelling and in the tone.
Okay.
Just no.
Huh.
Just no. So I just had to say that.
Okay.
And to close out on a political tip, because,
we don't ever do that.
No, we never talk about that. Do you watch Full Frontal with Samantha Bee?
Not enough, but I've watched a bunch of the clips online.
The vitriol and the sarcasm and the comedy and the what the fuck is going on-itude of Samantha Bee on her show is everything you want the Daily Show to be that it's not.
Got it.
Daily Show kind of keeps it kind of like, can you believe this? Ha ha ha. Samantha's being like, can you fucking believe this?
Yeah.
But does it all, you're always kind of laughing like, I have to, otherwise
she's brilliant.
I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah.
I mean, her writers beat the crap out of Daily Show. Sorry, I don't know if there was a huge changeover when Trevor Noah took over in the writers' room. they're starting to find their legs a little bit over there. I mean, I have nothing against Trevor Noah, but as far as half-hour politically slanted stuff, it's full frontal with Samantha Bee.
Right, and she just hit the ground running. I mean, because she's
doing
it for so long.
And originally, when I heard that she had her own show, I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna. And then I started seeing a few clips. And went, oh, it's gonna be that kind of show.
Yeah.
It
had to be.
It's going to be a primal scream.
It had to be.
For
there
the
was
American
no way
electorate.
she would get through if it wasn't.
Yeah, and I cannot recommend that highly enough. That is the first thing.
Did you hear about the thing she did online? There was a photo shoot before her show. Like, her show hadn't aired yet, but it was announced and it was in pre-production or production, and there was a photo shoot of the Men of Late Night or something, and it was Jimmy Kimmel and Ferguson at that point.
I remember that. I don't remember what she did, but I remember hearing it.
She fixed it, quote unquote, by photoshopping. She said, I just happen to have a picture of me as a unicorn with laser eyes, so I photoshopped myself into the picture because I thought it was, and it blew up. It became huge.
She's got some sass on her.
Yeah.
She's got some sass. And I think she's Canadian. Is she Canadian? I know her husband is.
Maybe.
No.
No.
Am I not? Because she's married to the guy that was the Marine.
The Marine. The Marine in what?
On the Daily Show. He
was,
okay. Rob Riggle. I think. Isn't she married to Rob Riggle?
No, she's not married to Rob Riggle.
She's
that I know for sure. She's married to another writer because they have a sitcom coming out.
Or do they?
Yeah, they do. I just I heard an interview with her not too long ago, and she said that the week that she got her show, her other show sold as well.
Oh, nice.
So that's in production. That's coming out in the fall. I forget what it's called, but
hopefully she won't fall into the Whitney Cumming trap.
Yeah.
Whitney got 2 shows, and the one with her in it fizzled and died after 1 season. But the other one she got was this little tiny thing that's barely keeping alive called Two Broke Girls. That's in its 9,000th season.
Yeah. We watched the first season of Whitney. She did a season and a half. I know she got a second season.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, but it went away halfway through. And the first season was good. It was pretty fun.
Her boyfriend in
Chris D'Elia.
He's hilarious.
He's weird.
Anytime he's on at midnight.
Yeah.
Or at 11:30.
Is that where it is now? Yeah.
Well, it is because
Larry Wilmore.
They couldn't keep Larry Wilmore on until they found something else to put in there. They just got rid of him. And,
yeah.
I mean, that show was a little hit or miss.
But they needed to give it more time.
Yeah. I mean, I would hate to think it didn't last because it was an African American oriented show.
I hope not. I hope not. I
mean, not that Comedy Central went, well, it's a bunch of African Americans, so let's cancel it. But more along the lines of it didn't get its audience because Americans went, I don't want to watch a bunch of African Americans do comedy. I'm like, I hope that's not the case.
Right.
I just hope it's some people just didn't find it funny.
Yeah.
I found it funny most of the time.
Right.
They had some good bits. I mean, anytime Cosby came up, like, I ain't forgotten about you, motherfucker.
Yeah, and 70s Larry killed me.
Oh God,
70s Larry,
Soul Daddy.
So just fucking destroyed me.
Yeah, that was a good show. And apparently, when Larry Wilmore's show, The Nightly Show, got canned, they brought over 1 or 2 of the commentators over from The Nightly Show to The Daily Show.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember her name, but she has kind of like crazy, curly, kind of orangish hair.
I don't know.
Anyway, but she was one of the best things on The Nightly Show. Now she does stuff on The Daily Show.
Oh, good.
She kind of fills in the can you believe this shit female topics, kind of like Kristen Shaw used to do.
Okay.
But she's obviously on to bigger, better, and more burger related things.
Yeah, she's in everything.
Yeah, exactly. So if they do Flight of the Conchords, if they revive a movie or whatever, or a limited series, I hope she'll be back.
Yep.
So, and speaking of Kristen Shaw, I have a bit of juicy information about her. Yeah. Are you aware that Kristen Shaw is a...
Medication time. Medication time.
We ran out of time. I will tell you next week.
The 9 Billion Names of Pod was conceived, written, and performed by Michael Reed and Dan Bauman, with Abdul Beni Hassan as the sound of splintering wood. Research, transportation, and exasperated looks by Courtney Lohner. Technical assistance by Cubase, Pro Tools, Skynet, QLab, Deep Thought, Big Brother, and Eddie, your shipboard computer. Financial consideration provided by the Wayne Foundation, Stark Industries, the Piranha Brothers, and LexCorp. Legal counsel by Elves, Howard, and Fine. Rogue One was great! I think, because we recorded this before I saw it. Our intro music was written by Tim Akers. This podcast is sponsored by Deep Shack Records and is a production of Audio Primate. Throw us a couple stars on iTunes, why don't you? Check us out on DazGarageRadio.net. Listen, watch on YouTube, listen on SoundCloud, stream us on Stitcher, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or email us. Comlink at billionpod.com. Until this happens again, I'm Dan Bauman.
I'm Michael Reed.
Hello, Z.
Audio Primate.